friends, thanks for joining me this morning. Today we are going to applique this cute fabric I got from Walmart. I got all this stuff from Walmart that I'm using. I'm not plugging them, I'm just telling you where I got it. And I can put links to my Amazon affiliate links below if you want to support my channel, but you don't have to. This stuff is all at Walmart. So this is the fat quarter, and I went ahead and sprayed magic sizing on it, ironing spray. I think that there was something about bugs being attracted to the other stuff, the starch stuff. I don't remember, something like that. I have quilting friends who said, don't use that anymore. I start using that. So we're going to applique that fabric and a name onto a corner of this adorable blanket. Now, I find these throughout the year kind of in bins when I'm walking through the store. So we're going to put it over here in this corner. We're not going to try to get really close to the edge because this stuff shrinks up really fast whenever you're embroidering on it. So we want to have it come over here so that if it does it, it kind of creates a little ruffle and doesn't pull in all the sides and make it look weird. So it's probably going to be right about this part right here. And to do all of that, okay, we already ironed it with the sizing stuff, and so we're going to turn this over, and on the back we are going to iron on, let's do it from this side. We don't need pieces this big, but I'll use the rest of it. So we're going to take this Heat and Bond Light. It comes in a package like this. It's the sewable stuff. Make sure you get the stuff that's like magenta pink. Do not use the red bag. The red bag will say not sewable. Okay, so this we're going to iron it onto the back of this, and then we're going to peel the paper away, and it's going to give us a more stabilized piece of fabric to use. These pieces of fleece are very thin, and have a feeling that once they get washed, they'll crumple up a little bit if you don't have a stabilizer behind it. Alright, so go ahead and have your iron ready on cotton setting with no steam. Place that. I don't know why I took it off after I put it on there. All of the directions are also on the back, but I don't mind walking through it with you guys. Okay. I like to always run my iron on my ironing board before I hit my project, just to kind of make sure that first heat doesn't warp anything. So give it a good iron on to everything, and then we're going to hold it in place throughout the piece. Let me check how long. It's been a while since I've had to do this. Okay, it says place and hold iron on the paper liner for 2 seconds. And then once you iron it onto the fabric, which we're not going to do today, we're not using it like that, but if we were, it says to hold it onto the new fabric for 6 seconds. And it should glue it on long enough and strong enough that you can use it as a strong piece. I mean, an iron-on piece that you can use to have your applique piece stay on your material so you can sew it on nice and easy. Okay, that was probably way longer than 2 seconds. Woo. Okay, and don't need my iron anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and unplug it. And I like to let it totally cool, but we can go ahead and cut off this excess piece. that piece had iron burns in it anyways, so I'll probably be able to use it for miniatures, so I'm going to throw it in my scrap box. Alright, so we know that we only need pieces this big max, and we don't even need them that tall, so we can actually do this, and probably, no, let's not even mess around. So we'll get 2 of these basically, so 2 right here. Okay, go ahead and half that. It's still a little warm, but I think that helps it be a little pliable for me to be able to do folding and cutting and stuff. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that I'm making these for my little nieces that have pets, because this is just totally covered in pet hair. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these pieces are ready to use on your embroidery machine. We're going to peel off the paper. There should be shiny on your fabric now, and you'll have a little piece down there that you'll be able to tell the difference. Then you just peel that off, and now you have a piece of, this is iron on, like you can put it on for 6 seconds with the iron and it will adhere to this, but it won't be permanent, so not washable or anything like that. You have to sew it on. Okay, and I'll finish that one up later. This stuff out of the way. We are done with the ironing area, so let's get everything moved. Oh, so this is what the package looks like for the throw. It says fleece throw, 50 by 60 inch. And there is all of the other information. Hold on. Okay. So I am going and we're going to head over to the embroidery machine. Make sure you have a piece of nice stabilizer. Okay. This is the cutaway stabilizer. It is not the tearaway stabilizer. It's probably from Pellon, and I know, I'm pretty sure I got it at Joann's. It's the only place I ever buy stabilizer because it's right down the road from me. Easy to get to. And at Walmart, sometimes you have to ask for somebody and it gets a little annoying. Like I said, Joann's just close. But I'll put a link in the bottom for stabilizer as well, for those of you that like Amazon. Okay. Oh, I need my hoops too. My hoop too. Okay, we'll pop that out. We are not hooping the blanket because that will leave hoop burns in the blanket, and those don't come out until you wash them, and it's just kind of nice to give somebody a brand new item. But you can wash them. You can totally do that. Okay. So we've got this. We are going to put it on the machine. Let's go ahead and look up. I think you can hear my dog snoring back there. She's so cute. Okay. I'm using a Brother SE425. It is the same thing as the SE400, and also I believe the PE500 and PE600 and 625, that series of embroidery machines. Alright, so we're just going to put the hoop on here. We're going to rock it on nice and gentle. See how close we can get you. Okay, now we're going to go up here to shapes. We're not going to put our fabric on just yet because we want to know right where to put our fabric. Oh, I guess that doesn't matter because we're covering the whole thing with that. Well, let's just pick our shape anyways, since we're here. Okay, number 4 is the one I'm going to use, and I'm going to use the stitch of number 10 first. Okay, I'm going to adjust layout, size, and I'm just going to totally max it out. Click, nothing. Everything is ready to go at this point. So now we get to pick where on the blanket we want it to be. And since this is directional, we get really lucky. Sometimes it's not directional, and well, you just kind of have to go with your gut. And sometimes it ends up looking really funny where it shows up. So my gut's not always the best on placement. Okay, and like I said, let's give it a lot of space inside. Okay. Do we want to cover their faces? No, let's do it right about there. Because this is the middle of it's going to do that. It's going to cover her face. Let's go that way. Or his face, I don't know. Okay. Now, oh, I forgot a major part. And I'm so far in the video, I don't want to start over. We need to, you can use pins if that's your thing. If you're going to use pins to put the blanket on, go ahead and put the pins up here and up here, anywhere kind of in this little 1/1 inch or like 1/2 inch area, and then right here on the sides. It's really imperative that you don't, because the machine will go all the way over to the sides, and you don't want things to get jammed up, especially with these guys. I found a way around it using double-sided sticky tape, but not just any. It's the kind that you would use for window cling, like for say like our house has old windows. We would use it to put plastic over the windows. That's what this stuff is for. I have a video about it, and I can also put the link down below. There's a lot of stuff I can link in this video for you guys. Let me know if you guys like that or not. I never really get any feedback on whether you like having the links or not, whether they're helpful. I know a few of you use them, but I kind of dropped off from doing them because I don't know how much you guys actually even look. And sometimes I have made a bunch of videos that there's nothing to even link in the section below. All right. Once you get to doing this, it'll be much faster than what I'm making this video to be. This video is taking forever because, you know, I'm stopping and talking and stuff. So up here on the top, down here on the bottom, not on the sides. Okay? And not on the back at all. Leave the back alone. Leave it alone. Okay, roll it back on there. Now let's get, why would I say that? We're not rolling it back on there, guys. I'm in such a hurry to get this video out that I'm just sorry I'm not taking the time. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's bring it up here actually by the rainbows. That'll be cute. Okay. And if it's off a little bit, nobody will really notice because all of these patterns are off a little bit. Okay. So just press it into the tape as good as you can. And voila. Okay, now we can put it back on the machine. So to do that, let's see, can you guys see that? Okay, so bring everything under the foot. Just kind of gently pull. Okay, I'm gonna make sure it's not blurry. Okay. Now is when we're gonna run that oval to see where we need to place everything. And I have black thread in from my last project. I think black is still going to be the best for this, so that there's 2 girls that I'm making them for, and they'll be able to see their names really well. with the black thread. So, oh, it's starting to wrap around back here. I'm using Embroidery thread, which is really pretty thread, really colorful thread, but it's also a giant pain in the butt because the spool they put it on is awkward. And I'm sure you know what I mean, probably. Okay. Yeah, see, it's all tied up. Dang it, sorry. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is a sound nightmare video. Okay, so let's shorten that. Lower the presser foot. Okay, and then hold it really nicely on the edges. And just kind of try to keep it flat in the middle. No pressure, just pulling it aside. Okay, so now we know where to put our fabric. Click OK. So this is, if you haven't already seen the other applique videos, this is applique. So you put down your die line, then you put down your fabric, and then we're going to take the fabric off and cut around it where the die line has put it, and then we're going to have it tacked down, and that's what's going to give us our beautiful satin stitch at the end without all the stuff on the outsides. Okay, so just trust me. Okay, we're going to run this stitch one more time. This is stitch number 10. Just try your best to make sure it stays flat in the middle. Okay, let's go ahead and pull that up, and let's bring this over here. I like to use my embroidery scissors for this, even though you're not technically supposed to use them for fabric. So they just seem to get a whole lot closer, and I still haven't got any applique scissors after all this time. So give it a little tension, pull up, look behind it. Try to make sure that this isn't cutting the blanket, just along the edges. And you want to get as close as you can without cutting the actual threads, okay? I can hear my doggy snoring across the room. It's so cute. Sorry if you can hear my breathing. You can also pre-cut these on your cutting machine if you have like a scan and cut or a Silhouette or a Cricut. If you know your sizes, you can do this ahead of time if you're making multiples. Cut out a bunch of ovals or whatever shape you want to use. Oops. All right. Okay, so it might not like how much that's sticking out, but I have a feeling that the satin stitch is gonna just grab that and cover it. But let's just get it anyways. I got a little close. Ooh. Okay, so now let's go ahead and push this on here. And I like to use what's called, what is it called? It is called Sulky Solvy, and it's a dissolvable plastic film stabilizer. I like to use it with the satin stitches. It's the stuff that you would use for freestanding lace and stuff like that. And I'm gonna go grab some and show you guys. The reason I love it is because you can use it. I'll be right back. Okay, the reason I love it is because you can use it as a dissolvable, but you can also just peel it right off. It's very flimsy and peelable. So if you're using it for freestanding lace, the Sulky Solvy medium, I think is what this is, just double it up. Stuff is great. Really, really, really great. So, and it helps to help the foot glide over all of this stuff while it's doing a satin stitch. And that's really nice. Keeps it from catching on anything. Okay, we're going to click OK up here. We're going to get out of here, click OK. And we're just going to choose number 2 now. That's our satin stitch. Choose adjust, layout, size, and max it out. We're not changing the direction or anything. It's going to be the same exact thing. Okay? Normally this is the last step in applique. You would put your fill stuff in the middle, but it doesn't really matter what order we go on in this. Okay, I'm going to cut this down a little bit more because I don't want all this stuff flopping around. This stuff will get caught in the foot and make a huge mess, and oh, it's so frustrating. This bottom part will be fine. I'm going to let it do the satin stitch and then I'll pull the whole thing off. So here we go. Oh, I forgot I was recording. Hi. Okay, so this is done now. Now we're going to put Nixie's name on it. Or actually, let's do Mavis first. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Why am I trying to do 2 different names? Okay, so we go over here to the screen. And we start with the N. And I'm going to make them little I. And always after the 3rd letter, it's going to tell you that it can't. Oh, here we go. Sorry. It's going to tell you that it's too big. So I'm just going to go to adjust, layout, size, small. It's just as small as I can do it. I mean, we don't have to go super small unless, oh, it's a giant one. Okay, I'm going to go back to IE. And that's it. And then go back to adjust, go back to layout, go back to size, and max it out again. And then we're going to bring it down to 9. Because remember that our oval was maxed out, so we don't want to also max out the numbers because it will get it to the end. I'm sorry I'm a little distracted today, you guys. A lot of stuff going on. Okay. And like I said, once you do this, it's not going to take you as long as this video is showing you how to do it. So this is going to take a while. I'm going to put it on fast forward, but for those of you who like to watch the sew outs, here we go. Okay, so I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's totally cute and nothing messed up. Oh, okay, so as you can see, let's zoom out so you can see. The tape held everything really nice. Nothing pulled or anything like that. It didn't even pull on the sides, which is really nice. I think it has a lot to do with having this extra stabilized piece of material here. So you can see my cutting is not that great. You need to cut better than me, or you know, nobody's really going to notice that. I will be 100% honest with you that unless they do embroidery, they will think that that's just a normal part of embroidery. They won't even think of that about it. They won't even care if you don't clip these, although I'm going to, because I want to pull up all of this stuff. Don't leave this stuff on, because if it gets wet, then it'll start peeling off and it'll look weird, and the receiver won't understand that it's dissolvable. So let's go ahead and take it off of the hoop and see how it looks. Make sure that it still looks good off the hoop. With the tape, you just gently pull up. There's no residue. It's been such a cool hack since I started embroidery. Oh, it went with the blanket, but even still, there's no residue and there's no hoop burn. Okay, I like to cut from the back while I'm holding it, kind of like this, and that way I can get as close as possible. And on homemade projects, people aren't as worried about how the back looks. If this was going to be like sold or something, I would maybe do, and whenever you do that second stitch, do another piece of fabric underneath as well, and that'll cover up all of this. Excuse me. Now let's see how it turned out. All right, here we go, guys. Nice and pretty. There's no hoop burn. And it's pretty much over. If you want to leave the video, I'm going to go ahead and trim this stuff off and pull off the film. You know, I'm going to keep recording, but if you don't want to keep watching, you can catch me on my next video. There isn't anything else coming after this. This is my least favorite thing to do. Trim the little pieces. But learning your machine and doing these kind of projects on your machine kind of help you understand how people digitize designs, and then maybe eventually make your own designs. So there's so many things you can do with embroidery. I love my embroidery machine. I think it's about 4 years old now, and I only got it just so I can do specifically this, put names on things for people. And it's turned into so much more. My favorite thing to do are in the hoop projects, which were my most feared thing. I was so scared to do them, and then whenever I finally did it, I fell in love. I'm not sure if Bug Elena is still in business or not, but if you're into in the hoop stuff, check out her stuff. It's like Buggalena. Alright, so So that's how easy it is to peel off the film. This is nice and stiff, but it's not super stiff like a patch. I was able to sew everything onto it. It looks really nice in the front and really nice in the back. I still have to trim all that, but I won't put you guys through that. Alrighty, I hope this was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, bye.